right, man. Let's talk about it. No Al Heyman, no wins for Premier Boxing Fighters. And that also kind of go hand in hand with with not getting the support of Al Heyman. Kind of like he told Earl Spence allegedly not to go out there and fight Terrence Crawford. He didn't have his blessing, went against the grain, forced Al to make the fight, and guess what? He lost. Don't forget, Adrian Broner, ventured off the plan, off the blueprint, and wanted to fight Madonna and lost. And what did Floyd Mayweather say? He said, "I think Adrian Broner." He said, "I think Adrian Broner should stick to the stick to the script, stick to the plan, sticks to Al's plan." You know, um, Gary Russell was mad at, Al was mad at Gary Russell for whatever reason it was. Still don't know why. What he do? Hung him out there to dry, kept him inactive. After keeping him very active in the beginning of his career, um, uh, and then kind of start making him inactive. And then what do you do? Got his ass spanked. Stephen Fulton, he didn't want Fulton to go over to Japan and take that $4 million that he made. They said 3, but I heard he brought home 4 with them back ends. Um, what did he do? He went over there and lost. So I mean, and this, it's a number of fighters that's went over somewhere and didn't, it didn't pan out. It didn't pan out for them. And at the end of the day, is Al Heyman, one of the best matchmakers, the best Houdinis in boxing history? That's a really, really good question. That's a really good question. Don't forget, Jesse Vargas left Al Heyman and had a draw with Thomas Delorme. And then turned around and had back-to-back losses to Mikey Garcia and Liam Smith. He had a win in there versus Herberto Soto, but Herberto Soto had to be like 70 years old. So he left Al Heyman, and Jesse Vargas only had one more win in his career, and that was versus 69 and 9-2 Herberto Soto. That was what? 5 years ago. So Herberto Soto is around 38 years old. Okay. Al Heyman is he providing great protection for these fighters? And it seems to be. Is he providing great harm to these fighters? It seems to be. And I know how you say, well, that's a conflict of interest right there. It's really not once you look at the sport of boxing. It's really not a conflict of interest. It's not. Because, once you say, well, is he hurting them? He hurting them, but not by not matchmaking them the right way. That's how he hurting them. He's not matchmaking them the right way. He's not, he's babysitting them in the matchmaking process. He babysitting them. He's babysitting them, and it's hurting them. Not matching them tough. Not matching them tough, and but nonetheless, in the end, at the end of the day, he is really providing them protection, getting them safe fights for big money. But the problem is, one day them tough fights gonna come in the form of big money fights, right? One day them fights gonna come in the form of maybe Cherry's going wrong, and then he couldn't really help. He couldn't really help Foden. I mean, help some of these guys get the victory as far as robbery, because he ain't the lead promoter once they go do what they want to do. He ain't the lead promoter no more. And when these boys get outside a PBC or across the street, this is why Errol Spence invented across the street. They find out that they not no good. They really find out that they really ain't shit. You ever seen that movie Boat, for those who got kids, about the dog? That's an actor, and he like get outside the studio or get outside his home and he find out that he really don't have superpowers. That's PBC fighters. When they get outside the PBC bubble, when they get outside Al Heyman's protection, they find out they really don't have superpowers. That's what they find out. They really don't have superpowers. No cap. That's exactly what they find out. And without Al Heyman providing all the protection for them, um, they get in trouble. They get in trouble. They get in trouble. So a lot of times they do this to themselves. By signing with Al Heyman. They do it to themselves. You know, all the cherry picking matchmaking. Yep. All the cherry picking matchmaking. All the, Al Heyman, somebody confirmed this, but I still say allegedly, not putting a guarantee in they contracts that they at least gotta have one guarantee, two guaranteed fights a year, sitting around on their couch for 12 to 16 months, 8, 9 months, too long. It destroys them. It truly destroys them. It truly destroys them. And without his protection, without coming back and getting a tune up, it's over with. It's over with. They find out that they ain't no good. They find out quick, fast, in a hurry that they ain't no good. That's what they find out. And it's unfortunate. Because he destroys these guys with piss poor matchmaking, inactivity, right? And then, when they got it forced to go against the grain and go get the bag elsewhere because they can't get the bag with him, they go get exposed. They go get exposed. And they walk around like Wilder, entitled like he should have been the main event. And they all think they bigger than what they are because Al Heyman said, well, y'all worth this. Y'all worth that. And they not worth it. They not worth the paper. They not worth the paper that they put their name on, boxing wise, because he didn't destroy any potential they had. By piss poor matchmaking, by inactivity, overpaying them, making them spoiled, rotten brats. You know, that's just what it is. And then he builds up this false confidence, like his fighters are really, really good, and they're not. And they're not. And a lot of these guys find out quick, fast, in a hurry that, you know, that they ain't shit. They ain't as good as they thought they was. And we all been knew it. We all knew it. This is why for years you had, this is why for years you had people say, um, that or Wilder should, Earl shouldn't fight. He don't need to fight Terrence Crawford because they knew what was gonna happen. They knew what was gonna happen. Canelo, Caleb Plant, and Jamil Charlo getting there with Canelo and give lesser performance than John Ryder did. Well, more Jamil. Well, shit, Ryder did make it to the end, didn't he? You know, and they get lesser performance than they did. This is the classic thing. What's wrong with this generation? These generations spend all these money on these Balenciaga shoes and these jeans and stuff, and it's just overpriced garbage. It's nothing great about the material. A lot of the shoes are not handcrafted to be cost that amount of money. They're not, they don't take their time. That's the difference between, a Tahoe and an Escalade. Let's just use that for an example. Same company. They take time to make the Escalade. Compared to the other cars, they take time to create the Escalade. Right? So that's what makes it precious. Like when Buscemi shoes was hot. What made Buscemi shoes so special was they took time. They was hand painted and handcrafted. Y'all just go out there and buy the same shit they making, in the same sweat factories. Y'all go buy the same shit and it's the same material they use to make Old Navy and Gap and stuff of that nature. The only difference is they tailoring it a better. Gap is one size fit all. Old Navy is one size fit all. And that's Al Haymon motto: to market a brand like it's better than what it is, and it ain't shit. And a lot of his branding, it was grandfathered in. A lot of his branding was grandfathered in from HBO, from building his stars off the HBO platform. Now that's dying, he can't build another star. He can't build another star. He can't build another star. You know? So he did this. He spoiled these fighters. He spoiled these fighters, bro. He spoiled these guys, made these guys spoil rotten and think they entitled and think they better than what they are, think they have superpowers. And if they did have any type of great ability to go do great things in boxing, his piss poor matchmaking and his inactivity and lack of dates and lack of working with other promotional companies, it stunted the rest of their growth. It stunted the rest of their growth. So that's just the sad reality of it, man. Hey, but thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially want to support the channel, Cash App $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Peace.